Hi guys, this is Karen with Creative U Art Lesson Crates, and I'm going to be your instructor for today. Today we're going to work on our cartooning basics. For the most part, it will be facial shape and word bubbles. We'll throw in a couple of things as well, like eyes, but in setting. But for the most part, it will be the facial shape and word bubbles. Other lessons will include additional cartooning basics, so keep following along with the series, and you'll constantly grow as an artist, and I look forward to seeing what you do. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need a pencil and a piece of paper, and you will ultimately need your pen as well. Okay, so I'm going to use a Sharpie to draw along with you so you can see very well. I want you to use pencil as you practice, and then we're going to move on from these practice rounds to something that's an actual cartoon. Now this page that we're going to work on will be face shape. Now with cartooning, there is no wrong way. Cartoons can make vacuums talk. Cartoons can make toys into humans. So just know that cartoons do not necessarily look real. So what I want you to do is pick 10 shapes that could be transformed into a head. So let's do them together. We could do, obviously, an oval. We could do a circle. We could do a rectangle. We could do a triangle. We could do kind of a peanut. We could do an upside down heart. We could do right side up heart. Now one thing you might notice is that none of my shapes have points, because it's kind of difficult to create a cartoon out of a pointed shape. Not that it's impossible, totally do it. But for today's lesson, let's stick with rounded corners. We could do diamond shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we need 2 more. So let's do just an organic shape and another organic shape. So now what I want you to do is determine how you can turn that into a face. Well, first we need eyes. So let's give each of them a set of eyes. This person is going to be wide awake. 2 ovals, 2 circles, 2 eyebrows. This person is going to be sleeping. Let's see, this one can be winking. We'll give it a little bit of an eyelid. And then the wink. And then eyebrow. I forgot eyebrows too. This one, let's see, eyebrows, he's knocked out. He's been in a fight and he got knocked out. This one is silly. This one is shocked. His eyebrows are going to go off the page. This one can be mad. This one is sorry. This one from outer space. And this one is also from outer space. You see how we're turning these into their own entities? They're becoming their own characters. Now they need noses. Well, noses are so weird. I'm not gonna lie. I hate noses. I hate noses almost as much as I hate feet. But they are a very important part of the face. We have to have it. So let's go ahead and draw some noses. This one's going to be just a frown. However you want. This one, a smile. This one is going to be a left angle, right angle, upside down V, circle, right side up V, a W. He's an alien, so I think he's going to have just some holes. And this one's not even going to have a nose. Why not? Now we need mouths. Mouths are so important. I'm going to switch to another paper to go over some mouths with you. You can do a whole lot with this and this. You can do smile. You can do frown. You can do kissy lips. You can do buck teeth. You can do a open mouth. You can do a disgruntled face. So you can do lots of different mouths. So let's go back to our practice page. Get out my pen. This guy's just happy. So I'm going to give him a smile, and I'm going to give him 2 little dimples. This one's sleeping, so he's just going to have a very subtle little smile. This one's winking, so I'm going to give him a halfway smile. This one is knocked out, so he's going to be like open mouth, trying to breathe because he's passed out. This one's silly, so he might have a wonky little face. This guy is shocked, so I'm going to make him more into a dog by giving him 2 bottom lips. So we have the inside of the mouth and the bottom lip. This guy is mad, so he's just going to have an upside down triangle. This guy's sorry. This guy's an alien. And this guy is starting to look like Bob from Monsters, Inc. Alright, now we have ears. Variety of ears. Each one different. Let's go. 2 circles. 2 peanuts. 2 points. Big circles. Let's go ahead and make them really big. You can make them more triangular. This is a dog, so let's do... Actually, it's looking more like a cat, so let's do cat. This guy, let's give him some little cottage eyes, or ears. This guy, just some little swoopy ears. This one doesn't have ears. He's got antenna. And since this is Bob from Monsters Inc. apparently, he's about done. And then we have hair. Hair can be anything you want. Hair can go in little angles. It could be a mohawk. It could be a side swipe. Could be a bow with hair on top. You can have a comb over. Cat can just have some fur. This guy's going to have spikes. This one's going to have a lot of curls. And Alien will just have some dots. And Bob will be the same. So you see how cartoons can transform themselves from a basic shape of a head to an actual personality. We now have a very happy girl and a sleepy baby, and Spock is coming to visit, and caveman baby. You know, so I mean, you can create any kind of a character you want just by simply drawing a shape. Now, if we want to make our characters speak, you have a couple varieties. You can do what's called word bubbles. Word bubbles allow the viewer to see where the voice is coming from. So let's say we have a rock and a rock, and they're sitting in some grass. And here's the grass in the distance. Here's the sun. Right now they're just sitting there silent, right? If I did this, cloud, 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 I'm tired. Would he be thinking it or saying it? He would be thinking it because it's in clouds. When it's in clouds, it gives the implied feeling that it's a dream and that it's in the head. Now, what about this? A V and an oval. Is he thinking it or saying it? He's saying it because it's in a very solid bubble. He's also screaming it. How can you tell? First, we have an exclamation point, which means there's excitement added to the wording. And it's also in all caps. I could have done this. And that gives you a whole different feeling, doesn't it? It almost feels like the rock would be female because of the curvy lines of the lettering. What if I did this? You might think maybe a robot saying it. Or an angry person. Because there are unknown symbols there, which gives the implied feeling that they are saying a bad word. So there are lots of ways that you can do these word bubbles. Not all cartoons have to have word bubbles. Some of them will have the picture and everything's going on here, and then there'll be like a line, and then it's all written below or above. And that's just narrating it. That's not actually speaking. Unless it says, Rock said, and then you know that that's what they're talking about. So what we're going to do for today's lesson, now that we've gone over a few basics, is we're going to take one of our people and we're going to have them make a statement or a thought in a box. Okay, so let's start by getting out a pencil, if you aren't already. And I want you to draw a box on your piece of paper, on a clean piece of paper. Okay? Oops. Now I want you to look at your characters that you have sketched, and I want you to pick one. I think I want to pick Spock. So Spock, as you recall, has a squared off face. I want to do the majority of Spock in my picture. So there's my squared off face. And now we need to give him a body. But look, this is the space that I'm working from. So am I going to fit his entire body in that little space from here to here? No. He's going to need to come down and stop when you get to your line. Now you can have some fun and have one body part coming out of your block. I like doing fun things like that. Give him an arm and a bend at the elbow. And Spock does the Vulcan symbol, right? Something like that. Now this is our own little Spock looking guy, so let's give him our own little symbol on his uniform. I'm gonna give it like a triangle added bib looking thing. Let's give him some triangle ears. Our little guy has hair that goes that way, and he's winking, and he has his eye open over here. He has a triangle nose and a half smile. That's our basic Spock. Now I'm going to want you to practice with other ones when the video is over, but for now, let's take this to another level. I'm going to shift to my pen. You might want to stick to your pencil until you get more confident in your lines, but I think I'm pretty good with my pen confidence since this is all I do. So I'm going to outline. I'm going to do his hair. I think I want to add a little bit of eyelash. Now the good thing is, if you accidentally leave lines showing of pencil, you can just erase them when you're all done. Just make sure that your pen is completely dry before you do so. Otherwise you will spread it. Now I'm going to draw my box. I want to get a little creative with my box. I think I'm going to draw a star at the four corners. Notice I'm using my entire arm to draw straight lines, not my hand. Your hand has a natural arch and you'll have a wonky line. Okay. Erase any lines you don't need. Get it nice and clean. And now we want to start adding our words. I'm going to do this kind of word bubble. So what is he doing? He's thinking, correct. Now let's see. I figure he's winking at us. He's making a little move. Now back here, it's very, very plain. We need to add something, but we don't want to distract from the word bubble. So maybe let's draw the land behind him. And a rocket. Let's add some little craters. And maybe a planet or two out in the distance. Every artist signs their work. But that is an adorable practice round cartoon. I want you to continue practicing. I want you to come up with new characters, your own characters. Pick a shape, create some eyes, nose and mouth and hair, and put them somewhere. Give them a thought bubble or a word bubble. Practice using capitals and lowercase letters and exclamation points and periods and question marks, so we know that they're asking a question, or he's confused or happy or excited. I really hope you enjoyed your lesson today. Our next lesson will continue on the cartooning basics, so we will see you then. Have a fantastic day and keep on creating. Bye.